You are listening to the Scars and Guitars podcast. My name is Andrew Mackay-Smith, and I hope wherever you are in the world and whatever you're doing, you are doing exceptionally well. The fella you're about to hear from, his name is Phil Campbell, and he is a long-time guitarist for Motörhead. The reason for the chat was to promote his then upcoming new album, so let's hear what Phil has to say. Here we go.
That's a bit better, yeah. Okay, sir.
Wonderful, mate. All right, well, look, I'll kick things off just in the interest of time. It's a privilege and an honour to speak to you, Phil. You have been a long-time member of Motörhead, and now, of course, you've got your excellent new band, The Bastard Sons. I hear you've just been signed to Nuclear Blast, and you are busy in the studio. So tell us all about what's happening in the studio.
We've done a first full-length album now. We're coming out January or February. It's finished. I listened to the first mixes of 3 songs yesterday, and it sounds fantastic. So I'm really, really pleased. So I can't wait for everyone else to hear it.
Likewise, mate. Yeah, this is an obvious question, okay, but for fans of your work in Motörhead and also fans of some of the work that you've done, a little bit of the work that you've done since, mate, what does the material sound like? What does it most sound like? Does it sound like a particular Motörhead album, for example, or is it something entirely new that you've drafted with new recruits into the band?
It's classic, like heavy rock with I think my way of thinking of it with the through punk influences, some great vocals, some melodic vocals, and the songs speak for themselves. And I think we got about 12 songs on there, actually, but a massive rock sound everywhere, you know.
Yeah, it's a full-on rock sound, mate. And
when I say massive, it's huge. All the instruments sound like they're in your head big time.
Excellent, mate. Who's rounding out the band for you this time around, at least in the studio?
Who's what?
Who's in the band in 2017?
Sorry?
Who's in the band The Bastard Sons in 2017?
Who's in the band?
Yes.
Or who's working? Well, it's me and my 3 kids, and then we have Neil Starr on vocals.
Excellent. Okay, yeah.
It's always been like that. It's always been like that, yeah.
So there's not been a change from the EP that you did, I think it was in 2016. It's the same lineup.
Yeah, no change, exactly the same, yeah.
Right, and who's producing it this time around? I know you worked with Chris Fenn from Slipknot on the EP.
No, that's my solo record. That's a different project.
Right.
That's going to be out. That's going to be. Yeah, there's the Bastard Sons album. Then there's my solo one, which I had to put on hold to do the Bastard Sons record, but I'm back on track now.
Okay, good stuff, mate. And when,
yeah.
And when
it's produced by Romesh Jodangoda, the Bastard Sons album. Welsh producer, he's fantastic, and he recorded all my guitars for Motörhead on The World Is Yours. Because my dad got sick. I was in Los Angeles and I had to fly home to be with my dad, so I recorded them all in Cardiff. But he's a brilliant producer. Yeah, he's understood what we were at totally on this record. I can't wait for it to come out, actually.
Yeah, fantastic, mate. And, mate, I must also ask, what is the primary guitar that you're using to record the album?
It's whatever sounds good, really. I took about 6 or 7 in. I used my 335, Gibson 335. And I used my Les Paul Silverburst, and I used my blue, what's the name of it? The PRS I used.
Oh, very nice, yes.
And yeah, they were the main 3, I think, yeah.
Mate, back in the...
Carry on.
Yeah, back in the day, you used to use Gallian-Kruger amplifiers. Now, I ask that question because I'm a guitarist and a bass player, but I'm primarily a bass player, and I use Gallian-Kruger amplification. But what do you remember about using those amps in comparison to, say, Marshall amplifiers?
Oh, they were great. They were transistor things, and they were really good. And I think I had 4 stacks and a bass stack in the end, and a combo. And Bob Gallian and Rich Kruger, really, really cool guys with me. They were, yeah. And I still got the stuff, and I still rate them to this day.
Wonderful. Would any of the amplification, would any of the Gallian-Kruger amplification appear on this recording, for example?
I didn't not on this time. No. Why I didn't use them, I went back to Marshall in the end. But when you're a touring band worldwide and you need backup, Marshalls do sound great as well.
Yeah, they've got a great supply chain.
You get it's better like that. But Gallian-Kruger did me proud, and I still got all the amps and everything. Yeah, I might fire. Now you said it, I might fire one up now. Next rehearsal.
Excellent, mate. If you've got I haven't checked that you've got an Instagram account, so if you've got an Instagram account, I'd love to see a picture of you playing through your Gallian-Kruger amplification on Instagram or even on YouTube. That'd be a real thrill.
No, I don't have Instagram. No, I don't even have Facebook. Sorry, but my kids have Instagram. If I can find a picture or something. Yeah, me playing through it. Okay, I'll bear that in mind.
No worries. Okay, so
bear that in mind. Even the little combos used to be great.
They're very good. I
used to take it up to C.C. DeVille's house in L.A. Like on the top of the posh houses, and used to love it.
C.C.
Used to make me carry it up for him. Carry it up. Yeah. In his crazy days, I used to love it. You'd get all excited over the little combo. Everything.
Oh, fantastic, mate. No, that's good.
Great company, though. Great amp.
I agree, yeah. I've had a few issues with their cabinets over the years, but I think I've never found a good bass cabinet, to be quite frank. They're all, underpowered for some reason, but their amplifiers themselves are brilliant. I've been using them for many years now, and I've never played in front of anywhere near the audiences that you have, mate, but I play local clubs and pubs and conventions and that sort of thing, and, mate, they've never let me down.
Yeah. Great.
So I've got to ask you one question about your past, and you always get asked about Lemmy, so I'm not going to ask about Lemmy with all due respect to the great man, but I am going to ask you about your time in Motörhead with Wurzel. If you could cast your mind back to when you were in the band with Wurzel, you guys were a wonderful twin guitar team. What are your memories of working with him?
It was great. We used to have the best time, and he was always upbeat. He was never down. He was always enthusiastic. He was quite a lot older than me, and he'd had weird jobs as a moth killer on the roof and being in the army, and he really appreciated the opportunity he had, like to play music in a really cool band like that. But he, for some reason, I think for personal issues, not really to do with the band, he got disillusioned. He got disillusioned with the thing. I think people were telling him, feeding him some information that wasn't correct, and it's a shame because he ended up, he left the band basically. So, well, it was a shame, but it was great. Yeah, he contributed a lot. Yeah, he came up with some great riffs over the years, some great solos, and he was a great comrade. Fantastic.
Well, fantastic.
He's sadly missed. Yeah.
Yeah, as I say, mate, with all due respect to the great Lemmy, of course, there's reams of media tributes and fan tributes to Lemmy, but I rarely read anything about good old Wurzel, mate. So I thought if I ever got the opportunity to have a chat to you, that I'd ask you about him. So I really want to thank you for offering that feedback. And, mate, I've got one...
Okay, it's been nice.
All right, I'll ask you one more question, and because you're Welsh, I do need to ask, mate, do you follow the rugby?
Go on then. I heard one question on rugby. Go on, let me try and ask it. What were you going to say?
Oh, I was just saying, this will be my final question for you, mate. Do you follow the rugby? Being Welsh, I assume you follow the rugby.
Do I follow the rugby?
Yes.
Only when we win. Yeah, I do watch it. Yeah. Everyone. Yeah. I've followed the rugby since I was a kid. But it's not my era was Gareth Edwards and Barry John and all that. But when they were invincible. But yeah, I watch the rugby. Everyone's still proud of it over here.
Yeah, no, good stuff.
Same as you, the Aussies. The Aussies are pretty proud of the rugby as well. It's more the cricket for you guys, right?
Oh, I'd say it's
cricket.
It's a good blend of both. Yeah, it's a good blend of both. I think we've got a sport over here called
the cricket.
You're right.
The cricket's more religious for you over there than the rugby, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that it's more widely followed. There's no doubt about that because it's in all of the schools here. Cricket's played in all of the schools, and there's cricket fields everywhere you go. There's one just across. Well, I wouldn't say just across the road from me, but over the a couple of streets away from me, mate. So, cricket's definitely something, and it's also very easy to play cricket too. All you need is two people and a bat and a ball, and you can make a fence post into a wicket, and away you go. But our rugby team hasn't been going that well lately, and I'm a passionate rugby supporter, it needs to be said, so I've been having a hard time following it. We haven't beat the All Blacks in a long time, but a lot of teams haven't beaten the All Blacks. But look, you being a Welshman, I had to ask if you followed the rugby as well.
Yeah, I follow the rugby, yeah.
Oh, fantastic, mate. Well, okay, that wasn't my final question. This is going to be my final question. Do you think you'll make it down to Australia anytime soon?
No plans that I know of, but with the album coming out and we've been with Nuclear Blast and maybe they can work some stuff out and we'll see how we do with Airborne. Now we support an Airborne in the UK in November for 8 shows, so perhaps we'll take them down when we've blown them off stage, blown them clowns off stage. Perhaps they'll come down and support me. No, they're good guys. I'm only joking. Yeah,
that's a good team, actually. Very good match.
I don't see why not. Yeah, there's a chance we might come down in 2018, but we'll see now. I know it's going to be pretty busy.
Cool, mate. Well, I'll definitely.
I just don't want to be. I don't want to be on a road. I don't want to be on a road 10 months of the year anymore. So we can only fit so much in. But yeah, I'd love to come down.
Well, we'd love to have you, mate. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, likewise, mate. I'd certainly be in the audience at, a Brisbane show if I played at Brisbane, and if it wasn't in Brisbane, I'd travel to Sydney or what have you. But, mate, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much. You're a legend.
You can be the only guy wearing a Gallion Kruger T-shirt. I'll know it's you then.
Mate, I'll make sure I do that. I'll have to get one, yeah. Thanks very much, Phil.
I laugh, yeah. Okay.
Cheers, mate.
Nice talking to you. All the best.
Likewise, mate.
Bye-bye, mate.
You are listening to the Scars and Guitars podcast. My name is Andrew Mackay-Smith, and that was my conversation with Phil Campbell, the long-time guitarist for the band Motörhead. Thank you so much for listening.